What's going on, everybody? Eden's Blessing, but you can just call me Kyle. We are here with TPL Week 1, our Harlem Harlem Gloomtrotters against Mochi and his Seattle Seedots. As you can see, we have our team in front of his team. We already played the match. This is a Showdown replay, Pokemon Showdown replay, but you already knew that. Well, likely if you're watching. If you have never seen this program before and you are watching me, PokemonShowdown.com. Just go there. That's all you need to know. Anyway, this is a replay of our match, and I can talk about my team really quickly. I just kind of want to get into the match. I just want to get into the match and play it because I don't want to spend too much time on this video. First off, I have an itemless Archeops. That way, Acrobatics is powered up. It's the strongest bird move, and I've mainly only brought Archeops for defog in case he wants to set up rocks. I can do damage against his team. I have Earthquake in order to hit Jirachi and Electrode, and then I also have U-Turn for momentum. Next up, we have a Life Orb Thunder T, Taunt, 3 attacks, Taunt, basically to stop a Gyarados setup if he wants to try and D-dance up on me for some weird reason. It's also for the Gliscor, because Gliscor can't really touch me unless it's running Stone Edge, and if it's running Stone Edge, it isn't running good coverage against the rest of my team, like to hit Crocodile, and then Crocodile can just basically wall it. As long as it doesn't get toxic. I don't know. Anyway, I have Volt Switch, HP Ice, and Psychic. Psychic is there to hit the Amoonguss, even though I do have HP Ice. Psychic hits it harder. And of course, Taunt for the Amoonguss. I don't want him going around and sporing my team. That would be pretty bad. Also, HP Ice, good against the Gliscor. Guaranteed Oko, and then also if he wants to switch in the Ditto against me, I can HP Ice that and do a heavy amount of damage to him. Also, this is his, I'm going to preface this match by saying that this is his first ever league match, and this is like my almost 40th, like 35th ever league match, so the experience side could favor heavily in this match, but then again, I felt like he played rather well in this match. Next up, I have a physically defensive Crocodile with a Pasho Berry. This is so I can take on Jirachi a little bit better. I can take on the Mega Gyarados, and it's basically a backup option for Gyarados. I have Stealth Rocks on it, but I typically don't go for any hazards unless I know they're guaranteed, like against, or like if I had a Skarmory on my team, then yeah, I usually go for hazards and try and win that way. Krook has Earthquake knockoff, Stealth Rock, and I think Crunch, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember what its last move was. I don't go for it. No, it has Taunt. That's right, I do go for that. You're going to see that later. So yeah, that's Crocodile again, Taunt to stop Gliscor and Amoonguss. It has some speed in order to outspeed things. Next up, I have a Volcarona. This is modest max special attack with enough speed to outspeed his entire team after a Quiver Dance. And usually I'd want to get up that second Quiver Dance to make sure that I can outspeed his entire team. I really want to get rid of the Ditto first before trying to set up, because I do have hidden power on this, and he could be pecking the HP Rock, and if that is the case, then he can probably take me on 1v1, and now he's the one with set up Volcarona, and I don't really have anything for it outside of Bullet Punch on Scizor. So that's basically the main thing I'm afraid of. I want to make sure to get rid of the Ditto first, and I also want to start setting up with Volcarona before he can set up with the Gyarados, otherwise I just kind of lose. Next up, we have a Choice Banded Scizor. Really the only thing I wanted this for is for U-Turn, just to keep up momentum. I also have Bullet Punch, Knockoff, and Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is to hit the Amoonguss for really good damage. but mainly I just want a U-turn. If I can predict correctly, I could go for knockoffs on incoming Gliscor or Ditto, but I don't want to get myself locked into a knockoff if he goes into Gyarados and then he can get off and Intimidate. And then I'm doing no damage because I can't knock off his item, and so forth. Next up we have a Calm Mind, Unburden, Substitute, and Dazzling Gleam, and Flamethrower. Slurpuff, because it does a whole lot of damage to his team. I wanted enough speed to outspeed a Adamant Scarf Jirachi. That's going to come and bite me in the butt later because he brought Jolly Scarf Jirachi. Kind of sucks, but, you know, whatever. You're going to see how that plays into the match later. So let's go ahead and get started. I decided that my best lead in this match was definitely going to be Thundurus. Let's see if I was correct. Yeah, I definitely led Thundurus. He leads Gliscor. He's afraid of the HPA, so I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for the taunt here on the first turn. Try and prevent him from setting up rocks. If he wants to switch out, he can go into Amoonguss, and that'll get taunted. Amoonguss is a pretty good check to Thundy, as long as I'm not carrying Psychic. Unfortunately for him, I am carrying it, but, you know, it is what it is. So, turn 1, taunt this thing. I'm going to Volt Switch, see what he wants to do. I'm just going to go into Scizor. I know I can take anything he wants to go for. If he has HP Ice to hit my Thundy, then I can take that. He just goes for Clear Spog, and I look like a god because it doesn't affect me. Right here, actually, I am going to go for the knockoff. I did predict the Gliscor to come in. Very, very risky because he just as easily could have gone into Gyarados, but I don't think he wanted to. I think he knew I was going to go for a U-turn, or at least predicted heavily on me going for a U-turn, and went into his Gliscor instead. In which case I went for a U-turn and he went into his Gyarados. I just go into Thundurus and go for another Volt Switch, and he can't really do anything about it. So I'm going to knock off his Toxic Orb. Very big because now Gliscor can't get any recovery unless he's running Roost. I'm going to go into Crocodile here, try and get the Intimidate off. If he wants to go for the Earthquake, he can. Fire Fang as well. I was afraid of that. He's just actually going to go for Stealth Rock. So now I'm in kind of a tricky situation because I need to get into Archeops and defog away those rocks as soon as I can. So what I'm going to do is I am going to taunt the Amoonguss as it comes in, and then I'm going to go into my Scizor. Again, pretty good pivot into this, unless he's carrying HP Fire, but then again, I saw Clear Smog. I don't really think that he's going to be running the HP Fire, so I can just go into Scizor and click U-turn against this because he's going to be forced out against me every single time. So I'm going to go ahead and U-turn. He goes into the Gliscor, as he actually, well, wait, we both made a double that play. Wow, I'm bad. Okay, so he's going to taunt me being afraid that I could either set up a Swords Dance or defog away these rocks. Unfortunately for him, he gets that wrong. I'm banded and I can just U-turn out. And I can go straight into my Archeops. Right here, actually, if I was carrying HP Ice, I would be able to knock out this Gliscor, which probably went into his decision of why he wanted to switch out. He also probably didn't know what I wanted to go for. I'm just going to go ahead and defog away these rocks right now, as he switches out and goes into his Scarf Jirachi. I'm going to go ahead and defog. I know he's going to go for the U-turn here, but I don't want to reveal that I have U-turn as well just yet. So I'm going to go into Crocodile and get off and Intimidate, as he actually goes for the Fire Punch against me and gets the burn. That kind of sucks because now if he wants to try and start setting up with Gyarados, he kind of can. This thing was meant to take on Gyarados and get damage off against it if it gets set up. And now it's burned and I can't really do much to it. So I don't think he's going to want to try and stay in with his Jirachi, and I think that he's going to go straight into Gyarados to try and take great advantage of this. So I'm going to actually pull the sick double into my Thundurus as I get the prediction correct. And now I'm in a power position as Thundy takes on most of his team here. The best switching he has isn't Gliscor, it's actually Ditto. But I didn't really want to predict that. I didn't want him setting up on me right then. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch. I had nothing to lose by going for Volt Switch. And right here, because it is his first league match ever, I'm banking on the fact that he isn't running Hidden Power, or he hasn't set the Hidden Power on his Ditto to hit anything on my team super effectively, and instead it's just full 31, which leaves it with Hidden Power Dark. Can't really do much damage against me that way, and I can hit him super effectively with an HP Ice, so I'm pretty sure I could come out on top, excuse me, in this matchup, and I can just go ahead and go for the HP Ice here, which is what's going to happen. He actually goes for a taunt, getting the prediction incorrect. I don't know exactly what he wanted to predict coming in there, but either way, possibly, no, Crook wouldn't make sense because things. Anyway, I'm going to go for the Hidden Power. I know he's not going to want to stay in again because he's Scarfed, and yeah, so I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch right out, right here. And I'm going to go into my Archeops. I want to see if he is Scarf. Like 100%, I want to see if he's Scarf, and if he is, I want to see if he knocks me out. I'm trying to bait him to go for the Iron Head here, actually, which is why I click U-turn. So if he goes for the Iron Head and kills me, I can go straight into Volcarona, start setting up, and kind of just win that way, because I know that his Ditto didn't have a Hidden Power Rock on it. Also, because it is Hidden Power Dark, I know I can probably take it on. Even though he is Scarf, I'll be at +2 SpDef as well, and it's only at 15%. And Volcarona should definitely be able to take that on. Also, if he goes for the U-turn, I can get Switch Initiative. So that's basically what's going to happen here. He's going to U-turn out because he didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, so that's going to work out great for me. I could have just as easily gone for Earthquake as well, but I went for the U-turn instead. He's going to Volt Switch, and here we're going to see some good slow Volt turn going on my end to keep up the momentum in my favor. So right here I'm actually going to go right into Thunderous, and I'm just going to click Psychic here. Psychic is definitely going to 2-hit KO the Gliscor. It's going to kill the Ditto, it's going to kill the Amoonguss, so no matter what he goes into, Psychic is my best play. He can go back into the Electrode, it doesn't matter. That's going to go down. So he's going to go ahead and sack his Ditto here, and Psychic kills it. And he's going to go straight into his Electrode. I'm going to pause it here and explain the situation. Now, right here, he could be going for any of two moves. He could go for the Volt Switch, predicting me to switch out, or he can go for the Hidden Power Ice, predicting me to stay in. I have nothing to lose here by going for a Volt Switch. If he goes for a Volt Switch, I get health back, and my Thunderous is able to do more work against his team. If he goes for the Hidden Power Ice, he kills me, and I get a free switch into Slurpuff, which starts setting up all over him. I can start setting up a sub, Calm Mind, and start sweeping his team. So long as I outspeed the Jirachi, which I've already spoiled, will outspeed me because it is Jolly Scarf. So he is actually going to kill me with the Hidden Power. I was completely okay with losing Thunderous, even though it did work to the rest of his team, just because I knew that this was going to be the situation. His only play here is going into his Scarf Jirachi. He's going to go ahead and Iron Head me. I already know he's Scarf, and I know he'll outspeed me, so I'm going to go for another sub. And right here, you see that he does outspeed me. I'm going to go for Calm Mind because I needed a Calm Mind in order to kill it with a Flamethrower. He's going to kill me with Iron Head. And now I can go into Volcarona and look at his team. He doesn't have anything for Volcarona anymore. With the current rules, being that you have the Mega Evolve on the first turn. I know I can knock out the Gyarados in one hit with the Bug Buzz. Give me a second. And as long as I get up another Dragon Dance here, I will be able to outspeed the Jolly Scarfrachi in case he wants to go back into it. Maybe he has something to hit Volcarona super effectively. I don't know. I don't know what Jirachi gets. I didn't look into it before the match. Probably should have, but I got lazy, I guess. So Volcarona's here, and it is queer, and it's going to set up a Dragon Dance. A Dragon Dance? Whoa, Dragon Dance Volcarona. Can you imagine that? It's going to go for the Quiver Dance. And I'm actually going to go for a second one here. No matter what he goes for, it doesn't matter. I will be able to live unless he gets a crit HP Rock. But I was pretty sure he was packing HP Ice instead. So I'm going to go ahead and get this second Quiver Dance, and he's actually going to taunt me. He doesn't really gain anything by taunting me. He thought that he would outspeed me, but I'm a +1 Volcarona, and he's not going to outspeed me. Even with the Electrode being base 140, I'm base 100 at +1 speed. That's definitely going to outspeed. So, I have Fiery Dance, which will kill Electrode. It will kill the Jirachi. It'll kill Amoonguss. Bug Buzz for the Gyarados, and Hidden Power Ice for the Gliscor. So this is a 5-0 Volcarona sweep. Or a 4-0 victory, but Volk won 5-0. So that's the match. Up to this point, I feel like Mochi played incredibly. Especially for his first ever league match. I know that he learned a lot from it. And I talked to him after the match, and I gave him some good pointers on how league format works. And maybe he'll learn and do better in later matches. We will see. But until then, thank you everybody for watching. Cheer for your Harlem Gloomtrotters. And we will see you next week when we take on Darby. We take on Darby and the Charlotte Houndoom. So, see you then.